Okay, I'll tell him. I'll tell him.
I think she's ready to confess, so listen up.
All right, well, where do I start? We were in Afton, Wyoming over the weekend, and I ran into someone who, at a restaurant, who had purchased one of our cookbooks, and we immediately hit it off. It was like her and I could be friends. If we lived in the same town, I know we would be. But anyway, I was talking to her and I says, I've got a secret to tell you. I says, I think it's on 74, but it's actually 85, page 85. I says, I have a secret to tell you. My mom's German chocolate frosting, yeah, it isn't sweetened condensed milk. And she says, oh, I know. She says, I called my mom. I says, Mom, is this right? And her mother had told her that, yeah, I think you probably better use the regular milk. So it is actually evaporated milk. You use evaporated milk, not sweetened condensed milk. I was making a cake for someone in our ward. That's our little area, part of our church, a little group of our congregation in our church. And I made this cake and I thought, something is not right. Well, the reason why I had written this condensed milk, it isn't condensed milk, it's really evaporated milk, and I'll tell you what the reason is. My mom always used morning milk, and morning milk is a brand. And I knew when we were doing the cookbook, we didn't want to put brand
names.
Yeah, we didn't want to use brand names, just the generic of it, which would have been evaporated milk. So when I came across morning milk, I just substituted the name for sweetened condensed. Well, it's not sweetened condensed. Anyway, it's a long story, but I remember writing this out and thinking, okay, yeah, this is right, this is right. Well, no, I didn't do it right. What else?
Isn't she cute when she confesses?
So it was too late. But the cookbooks,
we had gone through dozens and dozens of proofreadings. We had made assignments to all the members of the family to make each of those recipes should have been made at one point or another to verify the recipes.
And I made it.
And she was assigned the German chocolate frosting.
Well, but and it turned out because I used morning milk. Anyway, so I confessed that to her, and she, poor, sweet little thing, she said her mom had already.
They had already figured it out.
They'd already figured it out. So most of you have already figured it out, and if you hadn't, you've made some very sweet frosting.
Chewy
and sweet, yeah. So today we're going to make the real thing.
With evaporated milk.
Yes, with just a no-name brand evaporated milk.
Or Western Family, if they want to plug. Good. You know, we'll take Western Family.
Yeah, I like Western Family. So it's really funny that this recipe of my mom's German chocolate cake and German chocolate frosting has been so difficult to get written down. But the reason why is because my mom was really bad at writing down recipes or repeating recipes. I would call her for a recipe and she would tell me, and I was terrible at writing them down, and I would call her again another time and she'd tell me something different. I think my mom would get a really big kick out of what's going on with her German chocolate cake and German chocolate frosting. I think she would think this is really funny. And I do believe, Chad, you know my mom, you think she's laughing about it?
She's just nonstop.
Yeah, she thinks she's pretty funny.
She can't believe it.
See, I think you worry too much about getting every last drop. And I don't. So I'm gonna let that cool for a couple hours, and while it cools, we're going to make our chocolate cake and clean up the dishes that have accumulated, whether you put them in the dishwasher or you wash them in your sink. It's just good to keep up with your dishes, and then you don't have a great big mess at the end. And it's good to have a helper. You're a good helper. Since I got a dishwasher, you're a better helper.
Well, it's a little bit easier for me to help. My hands are a little sensitive to this.
Oh, yes. So I bought me a new cake pan like 6 months ago, and it's been sitting in the closet, and I'm thinking right now I'm going to get it out. I bought some of these for the girls a few years back, and I've always wanted to get me one. But the funny thing is I'm afraid I'm going to miss my old one too much. I've used my old one since we got married, and so now I'm a little...
This old aluminum one?
Yeah, but this is a nice stainless steel cake pan. That is from Lehman's. Lehman's, you order that online. That's a really fun store, by the way. So what do you think? That's a nice pan.
Yeah, nice and shiny.
Do you like that?
Well, okay. Side-by-side comparison.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And it's stainless steel. I like it. Oh, that makes me sad, but I'm not going to get rid of that.
Anyway, on with the cookbook. On with the cake.
We are going to make the cake now, and we're going to do it really quick and speed right through it. Start with a half a cup of butter, very, very soft butter. A cup of sugar, 2 eggs. My mom must have really liked vanilla because her cake recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of vanilla. And that's just good for a second. 2 cups of flour. A heaping teaspoon of this.
What's this?
That's how I wrote my book too, right? A little of this, a little of that. Baking powder. And a teaspoon of baking soda. Half a teaspoon of salt. 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Here. Yeah. A little more. And a cup of milk. I'm gonna get this mixed up first here. Okay, can you see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what I'm gonna do?
No grandkids here, so she gets to finally enjoy it all herself.
As I do, both of them.
Yep. She's not even going to offer.
I'll dip it again. And let it Okay, I want to talk to you about something. after, of course, all this is after the cookbook was already published. And I was having dinner with one of my brothers, a couple of my brothers actually, and they said, did you put Mom's chocolate cake recipe in the book? I said, yes. And Mark says, did you explain how you put it through the sieve? I says, huh? He says, yeah, didn't you show him how to put the cake batter in and use the back of the spoon to push it through? No, I didn't know that was part of the recipe. I had seen my mom do it, but I thought it was just because she messed up and needed to get the lumps out. And Mark says, no, she did that to make it light. I don't know, but he says, no, it made the cake really light. I'm like, all these years, I did not know that. Did not know that. I do remember my mom doing this, but I really thought it was because it was lumpy and she just was fixing her mistakes. I didn't know. She didn't put that down as part of her recipe when she gave it to me. Lots of things have changed, even the way we grease and flour our pans. I used to always just grease them and shake the flour around, and now I grab a can and spray them. Okay.
Oven's preheated to
350.
And for how long?
For 30 minutes. It's done. Okay, we'll just let that cool off, and then we're gonna frost it and have a good little treat. Okay, we've let the yummy, ooh, that looks good, the yumminess cool, and we like nuts. So Chad's chopped us up some nuts here. And then about a cup of coconut.
We made this a lot for Bo's birthday, didn't we?
This is one of Bo's favorite cakes. Yep, he loved it. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this. Is just that long. Just use it all. Okay. Mm-hmm. There you have it. We are ready to call it a night. Our cake is done. We are going to watch Netflix and eat cake. And I'll show you what it looks like. No, I think it's going to be great. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Does sifting make it lighter and fluffier?
Now that my mouth is full, I really should turn the camera and make Chad talk. Here, let's do this. But I do want to say thank you to all of you who bought our cookbooks. And I am going to leave this recipe of the German chocolate cake and the frosting down in the description below.
Yep.
Okay?
Good idea.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Yes. Thumbs up. Subscribe. Bye-bye.